Hello, today's video is all about Palm Royale and we're going to be looking at lots of 1960s fashion as its best. If you haven't watched it, it's a TV series, it's on Apple TV and it's very lightweight and perfect for this dreary winter weather. I think it's about a year old, but the second season just came out. And if you want a little review, the first season is really good fun. It's very Mrs Maisel, that sort of style, lots of beautiful clothes, very wealthy people, but a really nice story, and the main character is quite good fun. The second series is okay, it's still enjoyable, but the storyline is a little bit all over the place. Anyway, the fashion is still great, and that's what it's all about. I'm going to show you a trailer first, so you can see how clothes move in action. That's what I love about watching TV series, whether it's original content from that time or remakes like that, is that you see how the clothes actually move, how the material moves, how the pattern cutting works. And then I'm going to show you some stills and we can work out together how you could actually pattern hack your own garments to make something similar. So this is just a trailer for the first season, which will take a second to load. And you can see it's all very luxurious. This is actually original out from the 60s, but then there's just like lots of glamour, lots of over the top stuff. But what I liked especially is a lot of the more day-to-day clothes they had as well. So there's a whole variety. Not enough trousers. I wanted more like 1960s trousers. I find them fascinating. But some lovely bodices. So let's switch over to a table and have a look. First of all, I want to show you, this is actually the original image of the 1960s. It's slim errands and the white sort of set that also features in the sort of beginning scene of Palm Royale. So they have done research really well, so it's really good fun. But let's look at some stuff. I quite liked the sort of glamour stuff. So this is a really beautiful style, which is actually really simple. So all it is a high-waisted style, sort of quite Balenciaga, isn't it? The simplicity, but then has this really over-top bodice. But it's really done nicely done. Rather than having a straight empire line, it sort of curves slightly like that, and then has a completely A-line gown. So it'd be really interesting to know whether this is one of the board pieces or not. And then what would happen is putting an overlay of the sort of embroidered fabric, and it probably has like minimal darting just to shape it. And then it actually has a sort of cape. This is actually not a bow, it's a brooch which opens up, and then it's got this really big cape. So it's very glamorous but quite simplistic, and you'd literally just use your bodice block as your bust starts, and you would just draw on your line where you want to, and then below that line it becomes the A-line skirt. So it's one of these sort of designs, I actually love it, is like the fabrics you use and stuff like that to make it special. I did quite like a lot of these really over the top looks, but this is great because I just wanted to show you this is like an original bikini, and what I love about it is that it's actually woven fabric, so not really that practical. You wouldn't really want to have a swim in it, but the swimsuits, or the bottom is literally just a little pair of shorts. So if you always like see sort of vintage sewing patterns and you love them, you can literally just use a tight pair of shorts, and it just has a little bit of binding, and it would literally be that. I've seen some vintage ones, some have like the inside construction, some hasn't. And again, the top is sort of going towards more like a classic swimsuit, but it's actually using properly a tight fitting block, and I'm literally drawing my lines and contouring so it fits closely. Again, this is just cotton, and it probably wouldn't have a cup yet. So sort of you can have some fun doing your own vintage inspired one. Not perfect for swimming, but it looks great. This was a look they actually made, which I really liked. Again, really simple, and you can sort of see there maybe they used the same sort of pattern, so quite a wide shoulder, and then again it had sort of this time with a slightly cropped top look, and then again that sort of fully embroidered bodice, and then it just had lots of chiffon. And I think they said it was maybe 20 meters of chiffon, because she actually swims in that. So that's what gives it a look. So if you wanted to do something like that, you would layers and layers of chiffon, and then you also gather it all. That's what gives it all, this bodice. And then the top, what's really nice, it sort of sits on top. So what you probably have is the inner lining or interlining. The skirt is stitched too, and when it looks like the bodice didn't finish with a seam, it sort of maybe went up a bit, so it had like a little facing, so it looks like you're wearing a skirt and a bodice, which makes it look a lot more luxurious, because if you just had a seam there, it looked quite flat. This was one of those styles which are really simple, but what I love about it is that it appears again and again. So what we have is a A-line top in this case, but if you watch it, you will also notice in the opening scene another character is wearing exactly the same style but on a fitted dress. But all what it is where you literally just trace around that part of your bodice and you stitch that into your neckline. So you literally trace out a little tie. You can even have several layers of it like that. I think that's what they've done. And then you can even do a little tuck there, so add a little bit of volume. But it's quite 60s, it's quite cute. This is more sort of fun with the A-line skirt, and then it probably has like the darts here. But they're also using in the opening scene on a much more fitted dress. So you can have that sort of detail with lots of different styles and have some fun with it. Let's have a look at another one. This is another view of a bikini, but I wanted to show you that jacket and the hat. They're rather fabulous. But what I love about the jacket, it's a really simple jacket. So you could actually just literally, because it's like something you just wear on top of a dress or something, so you can either use your bodice block, or of course you can change your bodice block into a jacket block. And there is a tutorial on my pattern cutting school, and if you haven't joined, you should, because it's great fun, and the link is in the description. And there's a tutorial on how to basically what to do to get like your basic bodice block sized up so you can wear it on top of other stuff. But you can see this is a really simple style. It's actually got a pocket here as well. But just by using that pink embroidered fabric, or embroidery and glass, or Swiss lace, or you want to call it, it looks completely different, but it is a really basic jacket. And what's really nice when you're using fabric like that of course the sort of sections where you have a facing or a hem, they became opaque. So you have a solid one there, so you put a solid color choice in, you turn it over, but you could either just turn it over, in that case it sort of becomes slightly more busy, or what you actually do is you interline it with a color matching wool or very thin cotton, and that way it comes a little more solid. I think this might have just been single, but you can have some fun with it as well. I quite like the framing of it being some solid, some see-through, so it's quite interesting. This one I really liked, and it's a style which sort of appeared several times again. And it's funny because you know when you spot things and you think, oh, I have seen the original garment of it. So if you have seen it before, because it's a really distinctive style, I think it's a Pierre Cardin. But I was having a look and I couldn't quite spot it. But what it is, it's got this line, and I think that's a Pierre Cardin. So really clever pattern cutting. And again, if you wanted to make your own, what you'd use, this is literally just your bodice block. So your fitted bodice block, which of course looks like that. And then depending on where you might have your darts in different places. So your darts might start like that, what I always like to do when I'm doing something, and I'm working right to left because I'm left-handed, but it works easier for me. What I would probably do, the first thing is I would get rid of all my darts into a shoulder or something. So I would pivot both these darts into my shoulder, because then once you've done that, you can literally just draw on the line where you want it, exactly like that. And then you pivot your dart closed again, and you literally end up with a pattern piece like that, and then a separate pattern piece like that, and it's got all the shaping in it into that seam. You can put your notches on there to hold it all together, but it's a really simple style. And of course down here you can then start flaring it out, so it becomes that A-line skirt, and a really nice style. What you could probably do as well, you use that for your lining, so you have a different lining up here and a different lining for the skirt. But they used it a few times in different colors. So I had one of the other characters had a, I think it, like they put a trim down the center front, and then it was much longer. It was like floor length. It's always a problem. I need to get my book out when I'm watching this. But when they did it like that, and it looks completely different. And I think they had, it was black, and then they had the trim like that and trim down the center. So that's what I love about when you start sort of, you can have the sort of same sort of 1960s look, but you start interpreting for it to work you, and you make one and then you can make different versions, and depending on the fabric and color, it will look completely different. And finally, this is a really clever idea where they just use a blouse. They use it in lots of different colors throughout the show, and all they've done is they've done our basic blouse, and it's actually got like a sort of open necked collar like that, like what you can call everything from a pajama collar or a camp collar, but it's basically open necked. And then what they've done is they have done this sort of little tie, and of course what you would normally do if you had a long shirt, you literally unbutton it and then you would tie it, but this I think is actually pattern cut. And all you do for that is I would, again, if that's my pattern, and I've got my bust dart here and my dart here, I would just do some cut and slash lines to here, like that, and then you close your darts and you pivot that into the volume, and you end up with a pattern like this. And it's slightly more open, but it literally gives you a little bit of volume. But it's a really quick way of just dart rotation into a little tie. Really good fun, and makes it a little easier to tie as well, which is great, because if you ever tried doing it yourself, it's not as easy sometimes as it looks like. I hope you enjoyed this little exploration of 1960s fashion. It's definitely worth a watch if you enjoy just the clothes moving around, and also spotting the pattern cutting and how costume designers source stuff and use the same pattern cutting technique. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!